TinkerCAD tips. Welcome back, everybody. So recently I had dropped a video showing how I had made these Valentine inspired heart-shaped boxes. It was an unnarrated video, and I had a couple followers reach out and ask me if I could do one that was narrated. So we'll get into that in a moment. And I just wanted to show you here that I have three different versions of this box here. One where the red part of it is flush. This is meant to be printed face down on a bamboo or Prusa type printer, on a multicolor printer. I have another version here where the hearts part of it, this red part, is meant to be printed separately and then just glued onto the top of the box. And then I made another version here where I also built in a little bit of a tolerance with an inset into the top of the box so the red part could be printed separately and then glued in afterwards. So with all that in mind, let's get started here. Let's go ahead and exit out of this and let's start a new project. This is my home page here in TinkerCAD. I'm going to go ahead and click on Create, 3D Design. We'll start a new workspace here. There we have a new workspace. All right, so let's get started. Now, the first thing I did is I jumped over to Google here, and I just simply typed in heart silhouette and then clicked on images, and I have all sorts of them to choose from. And I found another one that was a little different here, but would also work very, very well. This one here, the sort of flowery design. So I'm going to right-click on this. I'm going to say Save Image As. I'm going to save that back to my computer here. Then I'm going to jump over to one of my favorite websites, convertio.co. I use this a lot for converting PNG or JPEG images to SVG. I'm going to click on Choose Files. There's my JPEG image. I'm going to click Open. I'm going to select Image, SVG. I'm going to click on Convert. We'll give it a moment here. This happens rather quickly. Now I can click on Download, and I'm going to also save that back to that same folder. Right, let's jump back into TinkerCAD here. I'm going to come up here to Import, choose File. There's my SVG image. Then click on Open. I'm going to click on Art. And I'm going to change the dimensions here to be 150 millimeters wide. The length will automatically adjust so that it's proportional. And we'll click on Import. Once it's imported, it'll look like this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Let's make a few changes here. So we're going to do this from the top down, starting with the lid and then working to the box part of it. I'm going to first change this to that same red color, and you could choose to make this any colors that you wanted. The colors in TinkerCAD really don't matter that much. I'm going to change the height of this to be just 2 millimeters. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lift this up a little bit. I'm going to make a duplicate of this. I could come up here and click on this or hit Control D. I'm going to hit the letter D to drop that to the work plane. Let's bring this up just a little bit farther. All right, we're going to work on the top of the box here. So I'm going to change this to white. Click back over here. I'm going to make the height of this 4 millimeters. That's how thick the top of the box will be. And I'm going to change that to silhouette. That will fill in the top of the box. I'm going to grab this arrow. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. I'm going to duplicate this again. Control D. I'm going to hit D to drop. Now we want to do the walls of this here. Let's bring this up a bit. Let's click on this lower one again. Now the walls of this I want to make 4 millimeters thick, but with a 2 millimeter overlap, and you'll see in a moment why I'm doing this. So let's make the height of this to be 15 millimeters. I'm going to change it from silhouette to an inner line, round, and we're going to make this 4 millimeters. Actually, let's make the height of this one 5. You'll see why here in a minute. So I've got one that's 5 millimeters high. So that's 5 millimeters high, 4 millimeters thick. I'm going to duplicate that again, Control D. I'm going to drop that one. Now this one I'm going to change to be 15 millimeters with a 2 millimeter line width. All right, now let's kind of put all these together here. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to scroll over here. Now I'm going to use my work plane tool. I'm going to hit W on the keyboard, and I'm going to put that work plane on the underside of the box lid. I'm going to click on this part of it, D to drop. I'm going to click on this part, D to drop. Now if we look in here, you'll see where we have this little bit of a lip, and you'll see sort of the same, kind of the opposite on the box bottom part of it. All right, let's zoom back out. Okay, now let's put our work plane back on the default here. I'm going to hit W on the keyboard, put that back on the default. Now for this one, I'm going to make this one set up for a 2-color printer. I'm going to do an inset here. What I first want to do is I want to grab another duplicate of this top part here, so Control D. I'm going to drop that down to the lower work plane. We'll be using that in a moment. I'm going to come back to this one here. I'm going to hit Control D. I'm going to change that into a hole shape. And while I have that selected, I'm also going to Shift select the box top. So now I have those two parts selected. I'm going to hit L for align. I'm going to click on the box top to make it the master so that it doesn't move. And then I'm going to click on this dot right here. So our hole shape now is going to be inset into that box top. Okay, I'm going to change my point of view here. I'm going to lasso select those 4 parts. So I have the 2 inner lines, the box top, and the hole shape. I have my 4 parts here. I'm going to hit Control G to group those together. Now you see our inset there. I'm going to scroll out a bit. W to get my work plane, and I'm going to put that on that inset there. Now I'm going to click on this top here. D to drop. I'm going to put the work plane back on the default. And there we have our completed box top. Now, just for the sake of keeping everything together, I'm going to lasso select those. There's 2 shapes there, and I'm going to bundle group those together with Control B. You'll see it turns kind of a green halo here, and we have our box top completed. So this will be the end of part 1. Follow me back for part 2. I'll be posting that right after this one. As always, like, follow, repost my videos. It's good for the algorithm. If you enjoyed part 1 of this tutorial, drop me some comments and please repost my videos. Happy tinkering, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy Valentine's.